I would like to assess your letter. Let us go through the letter first. You have written down the date on the top, that's good. And then you have written on the addressee's contact details. So the community health nurse, that's fine. Eastern Community Health Center, 456 East Street, Centerville. That's good. I'm happy with that. And then you have given a blank line and you have written on the salutation of the addressee, which is good. And then regarding Mr. Peter Dunbar, date of birth 18/3/1932. That's good. Or I'm writing regarding Mr. Dunbar, who is being transferred to your community health center, and he requires ongoing monitoring because he is moving to live with his daughter in Centerville. That's good. I'm happy with that. Yeah, it's all good. It doesn't have any grammatical mistakes. It's a very well written introduction paragraph. Well done. Mr. Dunbar was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes in August. Spelling mistake. Do you know what kind of spelling mistake you have committed? August. It's not Auguest. Okay. So one is you have written on Auguest. That's wrong. It is August. That's it. August. Okay, spelling mistake. It's not good. It's a silly mistake.
Proofreading failed.
Yeah, but okay, let's see. Okay, let's see. I mean, you have to be careful. Let's go through that. Unadvised dietary management. Is it a full stop?
Yes, sir.
Okay, but yeah, full stop isn't clear. Okay, so Mr. Dunbar was diagnosed with the type 2 diabetes in August. Okay, type 2 diabetes in August 2006 and advised dietary management. Did he advise dietary management to someone else, or what do you want to say here?
GP advised battery management.
I think yeah. So and have received advice on dietary management. Is that what you want to say? Then I think yeah, this is wrong. And has received advice on dietary management. That's how you should have written down. Okay. So and advised dietary management is wrong. And advised dietary management. So you should have mentioned and has received advice on. Sorry, received was PIC. Okay, advice on, and then you have to write down dietary management. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's go to the next one. Since his wife died in 1917, he has been non-compliant with his diet. Okay, so that's wrong. This compliant is different. Compliant is different from compliance. Okay, I will tell you what it is. And this one is also incorrect anyway. You can't write down non-compliant. So this is different. You have to write down non-compliance. I mean, A has to go back and then I has to come in the front. So when you write down compliant, okay, you have to write down A in the beginning and then I in the end. But when you have to write down compliance, you know, the one that doesn't follow standards. Okay, if he doesn't follow an instruction, that's what we call non-compliance, isn't it? Or diet or whatever it is. So it needs to come with the I. Okay, IA. IA is the correct way of answering it. Okay. So non-compliance with his diet, medication regime, and blaming mild memory impairment. Okay. Has been non-compliant with and blaming memory impairment. So he has blamed on his memory impairment. Is that what you're saying? And blame. Okay. So he said he was not able to follow the medication regime and diet because he doesn't have good memory power. He can't remember whether he needs to follow all this diet or not, right? Is that what you're saying?
Mm.
So you can
Blame,
Mhm.
blame memory that they mentioned, sir.
Blamed memory, right?
Mm.
Okay, let me have a look at the case notes. Where did you see the case note in regards to the memory? Okay, is that the one? The patient likes 2 to 3. No, I didn't. They didn't mention anything
No,
here.
sir, no, sir.
Do you know where it is? Is it?
Non-compliant, March 18.
Oh, okay, this one. Okay, all right. Non-compliant with the diet, non-compliant with the medication, blames poor memory. Yes, it is because of his poor memory. Okay, so what you could have done is, okay, let me go back and see. That's the letter. Okay, all right. And blaming mild memory impairment. Okay, all right. So what you should have done is, and blaming, instead of that you could have removed and, just remove and. That's one way. That's one way of writing down. Okay, all right. And then the other one is, what you could have done is, otherwise, is diet, medication, and medication regime. So you should have, if you have to write down this one, diet and medication regime, so you should have mentioned and in between, diet comma medication regime. So you should have mentioned diet and medication regime. Okay, blaming whatever the things, otherwise you could have mentioned due to mild memory impairment. Okay, all right, or because of, or due to, or owing to, you could have mentioned, otherwise blaming something. Okay, that's all right. Sedentary lifestyle elevated his blood glucose level, for which metformin 500 milligram 3 times per day what was prescribed, isn't it? This sentence is incomplete. So you are saying sedentary lifestyle elevated his blood glucose level. That's good. For which he is, he is taking this medication. You have to say he is taking, isn't it? Otherwise, what you should have done is, for which metformin 500 milligram 3 times a day, 3 times per day was prescribed. Am I right?
Okay.
So you should have mentioned, okay, per day. After that, you should have mentioned per day was prescribed. We should have added this one, was prescribed. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Let me go to the next one. In June 2018, Mr. Dunbar was admitted to hospital with atrial fibrillation, okay, followed by myocardial infarction. It's not infraction, but infaction. Okay, spelling mistake. Infraction, that's wrong. It's actually infaction. Infaction. It is NFAR. It's not FRA. So this is incorrect because this is a different word. Okay, entirely it's a different word. All right, he has been commenced on. This is the medication, 40 milligram warfarin 3 times.
Letter writing is better after night duty.
Yeah, I think, yeah, you should, it's better not to, I think, write down when you're really tired. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I think you have to, when you're energetic, okay, maybe before you go to work, okay, you can write down, you can have some time to, go through that, okay, before you go to your work. Anyway, let's go here. 3 milligram and 3 to 5 milligram, and Ramipril 5 milligram per day respectively. That's okay. In October, he started to show signs of diabetic neuropathy and limited. Okay, again, it's not double T. No, it's only one T. Limited. That's wrong. See, this one, it changes automatically, isn't it? So limited. It's only Limited. It's only one T. Don't use double T. That's wrong. Limited mobility. All right. Okay. So
I
in
know the
October, she's
spelling, but
sorry.
I know the spelling, but
Yeah, maybe when you feel drowsy after night shift, please do not write any letter. Okay. We know that our brain is going to be really what you can say, like stuffed up with a lots of things. Okay, if you don't sleep well, it's gonna make your brain less energetic or less active. So it's always recommended to start writing down the letter when your mind is fresh enough. Okay, so take rest, but wake up maybe half an hour before the time you usually wake up, to go to work. Okay, so in that way you should be able to energize your brain, and then you can write down the letter without any mistakes. Okay, all right, let me go to the next one, next page.
our 12-hour shift is very busy with that. There is no rest in between.
I understand it's really hard, I understand. And walking with the support of walking stick. Okay, stick, spelling mistake. With the support of, okay, spelling mistake. Stick, Stick, but you have written on STIC only. These are the simple spelling mistakes, unfortunately. Today, Mr. Dunbar presented to our center accompanied by his daughter, and she requested care and support. Okay, that's all right. It would be also beneficial to monitor his medication compliance. Compliance here you have written on correctly. Medication compliance, balanced diet, free from alcohol, low sugar, and encourage him to maintain a healthy lifestyle. Okay, medication compliance, balanced diet, free from alcohol and low sugar. So is that alcohol and low sugar? And low sugar, right? Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So this diet must be free from
Comma is
alcohol, low sugar. No, actually
no
this is,
comma is there, sir. Comma is there, sir.
comma is there, but you should have mentioned and. Okay, because balanced diet is free from alcohol and low sugar, isn't it? These two things should not be included in his diet, right? So sugar, comma, low sugar, sorry, what's that? Alcohol, comma, low sugar. You should have mentioned alcohol and low sugar. Okay, that's the correct one. Okay, and encourage him to maintain a healthy lifestyle. Lifestyle is one word only. I hope you have written one word only. If you have further questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. Okay, that's all right. Yours sincerely. So a spelling mistake. Look at this.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sincerely. Okay,
Noticed.
that's wrong.
I noticed after send the letter.
Yeah. Okay. No worries. That's all right. Don't worry. Sincerely. Such must be sincerely. Okay. That's it. All right, let us go through the case notes now to see if you have included all the relevant case notes or not. Okay. All right, so reading time. Let's go through the writing task first. Using the information given in the case notes, write a letter to the community health nurse in Centerville outlining the patient's history and requesting ongoing monitoring. Okay, it's all about ongoing support. Okay. Address the letter to the community nurse, Eastern Community Health Center. Okay, they're all good to go. Okay. All right, now let's go through this. So read the case notes below, complete the writing task which follows. Okay, you are a nurse in the community health center. A patient you have been monitoring is moving to another city to live with his daughter. Okay, good. Mr. Dunbar, Peter Dunbar. Okay, date of birth 18/3/1932. Current medication is metformin 500 mg TDS, oral, hypoglycemic. Ramipril 5 mg daily, antihypertensive, ACE inhibitor for hypertension. Warfarin variable 3 to 5 mg anticoagulant, and then sotalol 40 mg daily, beta blocker. Okay, treatment record: September 2017 diagnosed with the type 2 diabetes, August 2016 fasting blood sugar levels BSL is equal to 9, GP recommended dietary management: low fat, low sugar, calorie restriction, limit alcohol, increased exercise. Okay, patient lives at home with his with the wife. Wife cooks. Wife managing dietary requirements, but patient likes 2 to 3 glasses wine with the meals. Okay, wife deceased, patient depressed. Okay, wife deceased, patient depressed, grieving. Referred back to GP for monitoring, medicating. Okay, fasting BSL is equal to 9. Patient non-compliant with diet, excessive fat, salt, sugar, alcohol, wine, beer. And then March 2018, GP prescribed metformin oral. Okay, that's all right. Patient is cooking for herself, non-compliant with the diet, non-compliant with the medication, blames poor memory. Patient appears team unmotivated. Reasons: having to take medication, always been healthy, takes medications intermittently, encouraging to take regularly. Okay, educated regarding need for regular medication and potential adverse effects of intermittent dosing, discussed the strategies of memory aids. Did you mention this one?
Memory that I mentioned, sir.
So you didn't mention that?
Mild, I mean, mild memory loss.
No, no, but the strategies to help him out to remember. Yeah, that could have been mentioned. Okay, because he's unable to comply with the medication, isn't it? Which is not good. So patient hospitalized, city hospital. That's okay. Myocardial infarction. See this one, the spelling. It's INFAR. It's not RA. Infraction is different. Okay, that's all right. Aspirin. That's okay. Patient attended twice weekly. That's okay. October. Patient walking with a stick. Okay, signs of diabetic neurotherapy. Poor exercise tolerance, restricted mobility. Okay, non-compliance with diet continues. Still self-catering. Discussed alternatives. Okay, example: community-based meal delivery services. Moving in with adult children. Okay, daughter, son or daughter extreme. Retirement village had respiratory infection 2 weeks ago. Amoxicillin prescribed. Patient discontinued all other medications as felt unwell. Okay, resumed medications but still only taking intermittently. Again, provided education regarding importance of. Okay, all right, that's okay. Patient attended with the doctor. Patient moving central. Okay, that's all right. Doctor will cook. Requires education. Okay, that's all right. Doctor advises the patient resistant to dietary alterations and medication regime. Okay, regimen. All right. She still misses a double dose. All medications, refuses to reduce blood sugar. Patient continues to require monitoring and management. That's okay, right? Yeah, I think yeah. Okay, still makes double dose. All medication refuses to do. Okay, yeah, I think that's all right. So I think yeah, apart from the particular note, that is memory loss, you have included all the relevant case notes. I'm happy with that. All right, let me go through the assessment. Grammar is an area of improvement. You have to work out on this. Spelling is another issue with your writing. Okay. And what else? Connectivity is okay. I'm happy with the connectivity. So was the vocabulary. So both of them are good. You are able to use some synonyms, that's good. But you have missed a few case notes, relevant case notes in your letter, which is not good. Okay, that's another issue. Organization and layout features are good enough. Overall task fulfillment is okay. I'm happy with that. All right. You have used passive voice for most of the sentences. I'm happy with this one as well. All right, what else? Connectivity is done, vocabulary is done, overall task fulfillment is done, case notes were organized, that's fine, spelling is done. Yes, use of articles and prepositions is good enough. I'm happy with this one as well. Yeah, so you should be overall task fulfillment is okay. To me, this sounds like like a letter that is very close to C plus, but unfortunately some of the mistakes are very major. Okay, for example, some sentences are incomplete. Okay, when you look at mistake number 6, per day was prescribed, that is really important.
Yes, sir.
Because without that the sentence will be incomplete. Okay, do you understand? And then
Yes, sir.
blaming, that's not good. Okay, diet and medication regime, that's yeah, that's important as well. Okay, yeah, alcohol and so that's also written. And then the advised. Okay, so there are like 4 or 5 major mistakes. Okay, they are not good. So to me this sounds like a 290 out of 500 graded letter. I wish you good luck with your next letter. Okay, I'll share this feedback with you shortly. Okay,
Okay, sir. Thank you.
all right, thank you.